Let's talk about the Naira. It has been stable for the past few weeks. What's the outlook for it going forward, considering the global downturn as well as the oil prices?
Hi, Fenly. Thanks for having me. The Naira actually has seen some interesting signs in the recent week. We've seen that Naira not just being stable, but actually gaining in the market. If you take an instance for this week, Naira actually opened at 151.50 levels, and today actually closed at 149.55 levels. Of interest to note is that this level was last seen sometime in July, mid-July. Comparable with CBN then, you had about a Naira margin. But these are interesting times for the market. We tend to see that definitely the Naira will gain some strength against the dollar. Also not removing the fact that the effect of the amnesty is supposed to see some expected increase in production on the oil side. So while the oil price might have slipped a bit from the highs of $70 per barrel, we do not expect to see any significant change to the effect that it will have, this slippage would have on the currency in terms of the current strengthening that is currently being experienced by the Naira.
Well, the S&P ratings agency has downgraded Nigeria's ratings. Are you expecting it to impact the currency sometime?
Well, if we talk about the S&P rating that was previously done, I mean, the CBN governor had clearly given his views on that, and I think it's generally supported by a lot of people. S&P downgrading of the Nigerian economy, Nigeria as a country, we've seen currently that really has very little effect on the sentiment and the position of the way things are. I mean, for an instance, you would have thought that you would have seen some effects in people taking out, leaving the currency losing some values, but we've not seen that. On the contrary, we've seen some strengthening. I mean, we've seen more activities in the local bond market. I mean, give an indication of how investor sentiment generally is in this market, Fenly.
Well, there's uncertainty in the banking sector. Are you expecting an outflow of the money from Nigeria?
Sorry, can you give me that question again?
Well, there's uncertainty in the banking sector. Are you expecting an outflow of money from Nigeria?
Not really, Fenly. We don't expect any major shocks to come into the market because of the uncertainty. Recall the reason why this uncertainty in quotes actually exists is because people are not sure exactly what the results from the full audit of all the remaining banks are going to come out with. But the CBN in various statements has clearly stated that we do not expect to see such shocks as we're seeing before. We might almost want to say yes, to a certain degree, that the worst shock that would ever come out from the banking industry has been seen. And I think on the flip side, it actually should be a little bit of benefits, because when you talk about doing some cleanup, at the end of the day, people are supposed to be more attracted to what you have on the offering. So we expect the banking industry to actually pose a good investment outlet for people to actually come with money rather than take money out.
Well, the Nigerian currency is about 36 years old, and recently at a conference, some delegates dismissed the idea of using the Naira as a reserve currency. What's your take on it?
Fenly, I think that's a suggestion that's quite very early. We need to get a lot of things on ground first. We need to build our economy. We need to get our infrastructure right. We need to generally take our place rightfully in the nation of countries, and from there we can begin to talk more about the effect of such discussions, Fenly.